Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Tracy.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mimi.
I'm Grandpa. And we're some of the Veggie Boys. And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't do is grow this channel without your help. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to see you. Let me just tell you, today, ooh, it is a cold one. Hopefully throughout the morning it will warm up a little bit, but right away to get started, I'm looking for something. Let's see if it's here. It was in the side-by-side, I found it. And here I thought today was gonna be a day of cold ears. Not anymore. But anyway, yeah, it's gonna be pretty chilly out for the most part of the morning. Thankfully, we've got a break in these clouds, so that sun does a great job at warming everything up. Callie and I just got here to work, so we have been helping set up the farm market. Now, in our last video, you saw that we spent a little bit of time getting all the horseradish peeled and chopped up. Yesterday, I was not here. Lauren had a doctor's appointment, so I had gone with her. And while I was gone, the boys got the horseradish all ground. Now you may be thinking to yourself, that doesn't look like horseradish. Well, that's red horseradish. That has red beets infused into it. It's actually pretty good. And then the rest of the horseradish was brought in here to the cooler. A lot of people like this time of the year because we're making our own sauerkraut, and we have also got our own horseradish. It's a delicious time. But anyway, I wanted to get the opportunity to show you guys how we grind that. I wasn't able to, sorry about that. Hopefully we'll get another chance this year. Every single time we grind a batch of horseradish, it does go really quickly, so I expect that to happen again. Why do you have chocolate all over your face? Uh-oh.
I know nothing.
That's how you know it's gonna be a good morning. We've already got a chocolate chip cookie. Pop is spoiling. So Callie, how are you feeling today? Hey, did you give Uncle Matt a hug yet today? Give Uncle Matt a hug.
You got dirty hands.
Oh, that's what it looks like when there's a flat tire somewhere. Getting the air compressor put on the back of the side-by-side. Now we had just taken our truck, we got the back put on it, and Matthew has left. He's going to get sawdust. We've been doing a good job at keeping up with all the bedding. We've got our shed down there completely filled with sawdust, but every time you have the opportunity to get some, you run and grab it. So for whatever reason, when we parked the 130 down in the blue barn, it ended up getting a hole in the tire. We don't know how that happened. Joel is going down to fill that tire up with air and also fill up our one wagon down there so that we can move them out of the way. Because the tire got flat, we hadn't been able to store a few things in there, and it's getting colder. The weather's not as nice, so we want to store everything inside. Good morning, chickens. What are you doing in there? Get out. It's nothing too terrible, but this pen is sloppier than I'd like it to be. So I'm gonna have to add bedding either this morning or this afternoon. It just needs to get done today. All the grain has been dumped in for the chickens, so the only thing we need to do to take care of them is get the eggs collected and then they're done. Excuse me, chickens. Oh, look at this egg. Wow, check that out. It's a little dirty, but they laid it outside of the nest. Like, what are we doing, girls? My biggest piece of advice I can give you when collecting eggs is to take your time, because believe me, I have dropped eggs in the past and it's not a good feeling to be dropping eggs. So you try your best to be very, very careful, and one of the best ways to be careful is to take your time, because we don't like dropping eggs. Dropping eggs, not good. Not good. I got all the eggs collected out of these newer hens, and I also went and grabbed all the eggs out of the older hens. As I was feeding and collecting eggs, I was hearing the skid steer loader run, so we'll see what Daniel was up to. What were you doing over here?
I was remodeling.
Oh really, what were you remodeling?
I got silage to feed the cows, and then I leveled off the ground where I was turning to dump in.
Look at Daniel, taking care of everybody. So the only thing that we need for the cattle then is grain, which Daniel is running over to grab. What's nice is this corn silage that we harvested has lots of feed value to it, and something that's just as important is that the cattle enjoy eating it. There's a lot of corn in here. There's a lot of fibrous material that's really good for their diet. And what are you scared? You guys see me every single day. And this is something they enjoy eating, and it's very healthy for them. We feed this every single day. We will change up how much we feed occasionally, but for the most part, it is a big contributor to their diet. One thing, it's cheaper than feeding grain and other forms of feeding methods that we have. But between the grass, which is the cheapest, the silage, the hay and grain, we like when they're eating their grass and their silage. Stop licking me. Every time I put the camera up here, a cow licks me in the belly. It's like so uncomfortable. He likes me. Feeding grain in the morning is a good thing for us for a few reasons. One thing, it adds to the diet of the animals, but another is that usually all the cattle come home for morning feeding. It gives us a good opportunity to look at all the pastured cattle. Many times in the evening, they will all go out to pasture. Sometimes they stay out there all night. We've discovered more recently that we've had tons of coyotes running around here. So we like to make sure that everybody is healthy in the morning, especially the little ones. We've seen 20 to 25 coyotes running around together at once, which is a lot of coyotes. For the most part, they don't bother the calves, but if they ever did start bothering the calves, that's something we'd have to be concerned about. So when all the cattle come home in the morning, that's something we're looking for, making sure that none of them are sick and that none of them are hurt. And I mean, we all just like looking at the cattle in general. Who doesn't like staring at a few cattle? It's a good time. This is why we like to level off everything, because when it freezes solid, you have all these ruts. And you gotta be careful walking. Don't wanna hurt yourself. Good morning, little one. How are you doing? Hey, what's up, guys? Y'all look good. Hi, kitty. How you doing? Oh, never mind. Look at this energetic guy. Crazy eyes. Nice to see you. What did you say?
It's half goat. Come over here and watch what it does.
Dad's got a theory about his new calf.
It's half goat. I think crossed with a goat. We'll just watch in a moment here. He'll crawl right up that wire. Yep, now he's got his head stuck through the wire.
Well, he sure does have some crazy eyes, but Dad says he tries to climb up this little wire fencing that we have. Will you come down? We're getting your food. Put your head back in there. I mean, we love an energetic calf, so I don't mind if he's climbing, just as long as he does it safely. Now that the animals are all taken care of, that brings us into the potato storage. We have 25 bags ordered for tomorrow, so it's time to start bagging. I think the cows know we're bagging potatoes. They're starting to holler.
Well, that was the bag I was filling right here.
Okay.
Put it in last, and then when he's all, I want you to put that away, and then I want the rotary chalk over here.
Yeah.
And then when he's done with that, chalk. That tire goes flat, and you can put air in it.
Yeah.
Okay? Took the Cookie Monster off and put it up there.
Yeah.
You can back that recliner in there.
We're talking about putting everything away for winter. It's like a giant puzzle, putting everything back. And sometimes you add new pieces like a rock picker, or you get different equipment that doesn't fit in the barn the same way. So every year, it's like a new puzzle. But it's kind of fun, but just trying to figure out where you're gonna put everything so that it's out of the weather. It can be a little stressful because we don't want anything left out in the cold, literally.
We try to put it away so that when we go to get things out in the spring, what we need in the spring first is what's out and easy to get at. Daniel's got issues. He needs things done a certain way, and he gets very angry if it's not done right.
I do not get angry. It's just annoying when you have to hook up to something you don't need and have to move it.
Calm down, Daniel. It'll be okay. It'll be okay, Daniel.
Oh yeah, it'll be okay. You're not the one who has to move 5 things to get what you need.
Yeah, Daniel doesn't like to have to move all the hay equipment to get to his planter or get to another tool that he's gonna use to work ground. He just gets cranky.
I do not get cranky.
Calm down, Daniel. It'll be okay.
We've been moving through the bags pretty quickly. We're just about finished here. Joel has now shown up to help us. Joel, how do you feel about bagging potatoes today?
It's a pretty spuddy day.
Yeah, I guess it would be a pretty spuddy day. Now, there is something pretty interesting with these 50-pound bags that I never really get a chance to talk about, and that's the price. So right now we are selling potatoes for $20 a bag when it comes to the 50s. Now, when you do the math on that, you're paying about 40 cents a pound on these potatoes, which is a really, really good deal, but you have to buy 50 pounds. If you are able to buy in bulk, you always save money. For our 10-pound bags of potatoes, we're charging $5 right now. But if you can store potatoes, picking up a 50-pound bag, it's a good idea. Because we've been moving through the orders so fast though, our potato reserves are dropping rather quickly. And we can only keep these smaller prices for a short amount of time because we're gonna have to start buying in potatoes once all of ours are gone. But thankfully, we'll have lower prices through the holidays. And then once we move into the beginning of next year, and once we start getting into January and February, then we might be running out. But I always think that's neat how prices can vary. Now, I think that's a pretty good deal. You know, 40 cents a pound for potatoes. And these are good potatoes. I mean, I picked them myself. I think they're nice.
The reason the top ones are upside down is because potatoes will turn green in the light. So these are going to a wholesaler to sell to other customers. So for right now, we just put them upside down so they don't turn green.
Look at Daniel with all that wisdom. And I think he'd just come up with all this stuff by himself, but he listens, he learns.
What? I wasn't listening. Dad, you're too light.
How much am I off?
0.1. Now you're too heavy.
That's the thing with bagging potatoes. You always have a little extra weight in the bag. Just that little extra bonus. We got all the potatoes bagged up that we needed for the order, 25 bags, and then we also got 2 baskets of loose potatoes. So we got a basket of white loose potatoes and a red. So this will be for people that just want 1, 2, 3 potatoes. We'll have them up in the farm market. And then we also have, I think there's 10 bags here just for us. So this morning has consisted of a lot of potatoes, but that's okay. We like potatoes around here. And you know we like potatoes, but you know who else likes potatoes? The cattle, and they are excited. Oh yeah, they are. They're happy about this. Everybody is out here munching on taters. Dad has taken all the potatoes up top with the forklift. He asked me to go up through this way, turn off the lights, and carry a turkey upstairs. So, just doing my part, carrying turkeys. Someone wanted a turkey. Thankfully, we still had a turkey. Tracy, what are you doing?
Doing up horseradish. The glasses help.
What do the glasses help with, though?
It just makes the juices of the horseradish not get to your eyes as fast.
You see, this is a big concern that we have. We do not want our eyes to be burning. But when you're doing horseradish, that's kind of a big ask. This stuff is powerful. And what are you doing over here? Were you coloring?
Color.
How's that going?
Pizza.
Pretty good. And what are you eating?
Pizza.
Pretzels? Wow. I just walked in this kitchen. Aunt Rhonda's making cupcakes. Grammy is making spinach and artichoke dip. And then over here, we got more fruitcake. But what do you expect on the farm at this time of the year? There's gonna be fruitcake. So our next job brings us outside, actually. We have a big door that Dad has just grabbed. It's actually the replacement door for this right here. But it doesn't have a window in it, so we're gonna have to cut a window in it. And it also needs to be painted and prepped to be put in place. So to get all that done, it'd be a lot easier doing it down in the greenhouse. So we're gonna move it down there. Always gonna touch on it. Oh, you gotta pick it up first before you take it.
Thank you, Andrew.
You're welcome. I'll tell you what, it feels warm in here. Even when you don't have any heat on in these greenhouses, they feel good. That is one big door. We're just trying to make sure we do everything right because you don't want a weird looking door coming into the farm market. Now I am by no means a painter, and I will probably do this wrong. This takes me back to my younger days. When on the farm, you just find like half full cans of spray paint. So you'd like take them out in the woods and like spray trees and rocks. And then Dad would be like, "Where's my spray paint?" I don't know. Dad and I just got both of our sections painted. Don't worry, we took breaks. We didn't stay in here the whole time. We're careful, I promise you. We got the green door all done, and then Dad was working on the frame, and then he kicked some dirt up on it, so we gotta do a second coat anyway, but I can't believe he did that. I had to talk to him about it. Why would you do that? See, he doesn't even understand the real reason why he did it. But this green door, looking pretty good. We're gonna let these dry for a while, and we will come back either tomorrow or the next day with a second coat. Have them looking really nice. Once Dad and I got finished with the door, we were talking about what we were gonna do next. It is almost lunchtime, but we feel like we have enough time to run to the barn and grab some straw. So I'm grabbing the truck and picking up Dad. Oh boy, that's dangerous. There's another one. Check that out. Look at him, why is he smirking? It's unlocked.
Why are you locking me out? Who put this box in my way? Why do I have white paint on my glove?
Now we know why he was smirking. He was about to be cranky.
Let's go get straw. Yeah, we try to keep straw at the farm market this time of the year. A lot of people stop in for a bale or two every once in a while for their animals that they have outside, like if they have dogs in a dog kennel or something, so it keeps them warmer. And then a lot of people in the north here use straw for insulation. When it gets really cold, they'll lay it down, put it along the house to keep the drafts out of the house. And they'll also use it for covering up where there's water lines and stuff so things don't freeze. Straw is a good insulator.
Hey, what does this mean? What? What the? What does this mean?
I was doing this, come back.
From the mirror, all I saw was...
Yeah, come back. You're so stinking crooked here, I don't know how we're gonna even get up in here. You think you're not gonna hit that?
Nope.
I give him 3 bales till he hits the camera. That was close. He's up there about 25 feet, throwing bales down at us. Whoa, that was even closer. Now you're in a precarious situation. He has a bale in the way. He's gonna bounce the bale off the bale. Got you.
Dad and I got some bales for the farm market. We also grabbed a few bales that did not look as nice. We'll be giving these to the chickens. Now chickens love to scratch, so when you dump straw in their pens, they're excited about it as it is. The types of straw we have are wheat, oat, and rye, and occasionally you will have some of those grains get through. It's very rare, but the chickens, if it's in there, they'll find it because they love looking for it. I don't think the chickens are too excited about it when you start stuffing straw underneath them, but after they figure out what happened, they're like, oh, that's pretty nice. And as you can see, those nests are looking pretty good, and we're gonna grab a few of these eggs that were laid a little bit later on. I got 4, 8, 9 eggs. Oh, 10, 11. See if I can find a whole dozen. Oh yeah, there's a dozen, and I'm not gonna grab any more because my hands are full. All that straw will do a few things for us. It'll help clean our pens, keep everything nice and dry, and give our chickens a good spot to lie down. It also fills up those nests, which helps to clean off our eggs. If we have clean chickens, we have clean eggs. And the final thing it does, gives the chickens something to do. You know, stacking straw is something that's very near and dear to my heart. It's like I've been doing it forever. Now we have plenty of straw in front of the farm market in case any customers show up. Alrighty, it is now lunchtime. We got the spinach and artichoke dip. We also have some sausages here. It's gonna be a good lunch. After we got finished off with lunch, I took Callie back home. It is nap time. I was helping Lauren out a little bit with that, getting Callie all ready for her nap. For the afternoon, Dad actually has a pretty interesting job he's working on. He's making cookies, and he has all the help that he needs. So I'm not helping with cookies today. Matthew is gonna be helping him, and then you have Daniel and Joel who are still moving equipment around. I do need to run to Lowe's and pick up a few things, so that's where I'm headed. Not only do I need some things for the house, but I also need some things for Dad. We're getting closer and closer to those babies coming, and I mean, I'd like to say I'm ready, but there's still a lot that needs to be worked on. So we're gonna run out and pick up some things. Hopefully we'll find what we need, because I don't wanna drive to multiple stores today. But it's a good day for a drive, and it's a good day to get things done. You know, I had some old scrap wood at the farm that I was gonna use for a little project in the house. Lauren would not let me use that wood. Can you believe that? She said, can't you just use something nice inside the house? Which, you know, I can see her reasoning there. I guess she is right. So I'm here with Lauren. How have you been feeling, baby?
I'm okay.
She's been doing better. Today was a little rough. Her tummy is stretching quite a bit.
Starting to get a bit sore.
But anyway, yeah, so we are getting ready to make some dinner, but I'll tell you what I've been doing. So for a little bit, I have been here in the twins' room. You're not gonna get any clues in here, by the way, so don't even think about it. Callie's been helping me. She's got her Barbies down there. How's that going?
I play Barbie.
Yep, you're playing with Barbie. So yeah, this has been most of my afternoon, just here at the farm doing some much needed improvements. Did I say I was at the farm? That's force of habit. I'm at the house. So now that Lauren and I are gonna get ready to make dinner, that means this is where we're gonna end the video today. I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.